We are here with Bellagio Tournament Director Jack McClelland for our Ask Jack segment. He's going to answer a question from one of our viewers. All right, Jack, here's a good one. This player was in a hand with two other players, checked down to the river. The suits are inconsequential. The river was a 9. Now, the first player bet out 2,000. Player number 2 made it 7,000. And before player 3 acted, player 1 mucked. So player 2 didn't realize player 3 was in the hand. He also mucked his hand. So the only player with live cards left was player number 3. He said that the pot should be his since there was no other live hands, but player 2, who had raised, said he didn't know the guy was in the hands, and he thought that he should be able to get his cards back and play the hand, and player 3 should have to call, fold, or raise. Now, the tournament director came over and made the decision that player 2 was able to retrieve his hand from the muck since it was on top, and they found the cards immediately. The floor person said, okay, you know, he can have his hand back, and player 3 still has the option to call, fold, or raise. Now, player 3 wrote us this letter because he thinks it was definitely the wrong decision. He thinks that he should have won the pot because he was the only player with live cards, and he doesn't understand why the tournament director made a decision like that, which is pretty obviously the wrong decision. What do you think, Jack?
Not necessarily. This is a very difficult situation, and I've actually had something like this come up. Player 2 has a right to the pot because he's got $7,000 in. Player 3 needs to have a chance to act. In this case, he didn't really have a chance to act because player 1 folded his cards too quickly. And player 2, a lot of times you get in sync where the player in front of you acts, so now you act. Player 2 obviously made a mistake. The key to this question is, were the cards retrievable?
Okay.
If they're laying on top of the muck or just touching the muck, where the players to table and the floor man called over can be 100% sure these are his 2 cards, then I would probably give the cards back to player 2 and then say, player 3, it's up to you now. Do you want to call the 7,000 or, what do you want to do? If the cards were into the muck and could not be sorted out, were not clearly retrievable, then I would probably award the pot to player 3. So that's a very gray area, difficult decision.
If you have a question that you'd like to ask Tournament Director Jack McClelland, please send it to askjack@cardplayer.com. For Card Player TV, this is Jack McClelland, and I'm Lizzie Harrison.